Welcome back, warriors of the modern world. Take a than usual. Feel the weight of the day sliding from your shoulders, loosening its grip like a stubborn shadow finally giving way to light. Maybe today you woke with a heaviness in your chest, that familiar tension that comes from living in a world where everything is urgent, everything is loud, and everything seems to demand a piece of you. Messages blinking like frantic fireflies, deadlines stacking like towering walls, comparison quietly curling its cold fingers around the back of your mind. Strange, isn't it? We hold the world in our hands, yet somehow the world feels as though it holds us. But imagine right now that the noise calms. Imagine the digital storm stills and the haze begins to lift, revealing an ancient doorway carved into the stone of history. A doorway into a philosophy that outlasted empires, outlived emperors, and still stands today as unbroken as the mountains. Stoicism. Not a relic, not a dusty idea, but a living, breathing force that teaches us to stand tall in the center of chaos. And today, we step through that doorway together. Before we dive in, a quick favor: hit subscribe. It allows us to continue bringing you powerful content centered on self-development, self-awareness, and cultivating warrior-level discipline. Now, let's talk about that feeling. The one where you're struggling because you feel the world is fighting you, or feeling as if you're inside the arena. Stick around until the very end, because I promise this video will equip you with the strategy to win that personal war. Here we go. Chapter 1, The Daily Battleground. Why Modern Life Needs Stoicism. Picture this. The world is a coliseum now. But instead of lions and blades, we face doubts that whisper, anxieties that tighten their grip, and expectations as sharp as any spear. We're not weak. We're just living in a battle that never truly pauses. But what if, just what if, your daily battles aren't punishments, but invitations? What if the harsh comment, the ignored message, the blown opportunity, the spiral of self-doubt are not signs of your failure, but sparks, the very sparks that forge strength? I can't count the times I found myself standing in the middle of my own personal arena, projects falling apart, plans unraveling, confidence thinning like smoke. And then, in the simplest of moments, the truth arrives. This is my arena. This is my training ground. Now write it in the comments. This is my arena. This is my training ground. This is where resilience is born. Sometimes life does not ask you to be strong. It simply asks you to keep showing up. Chapter 2, Gladiator's Grit, The Stoic Foundations. Let the camera of your mind pan backward, farther than memory can stretch, to ancient Rome. Not the polished marble halls, but the underground chambers where gladiators prepared for battle. They were not brutes. They were not mindless. They were philosophers of survival, students of fear, craftsmen of courage. They trained their bodies, yes, but their minds? Their minds were sharpened as fiercely as their blades. The Stoics shared this discipline. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and reluctant warrior, whispered truths to himself to remain grounded while storms raged. Epictetus, once enslaved, taught that others may chain your body, but only you can chain your spirit. The lesson is simple. Your circumstances do not define you. Your response does. And here is the most cinematic truth of all. A gladiator doesn't walk into the arena unafraid. They walk in trained. They walk in prepared. They walk in knowing fear, but refusing to kneel to it. That is the Stoic way. Chapter 3, Cinematic Moment of Stillness. Imagine yourself in your own arena. A vast circular space, sand beneath your feet, torches burning along stone walls, smoke rising in steady spirals. The noise of the world echoes faintly, as if from far above. Notifications become distant murmurs. Expectations become flickers of light. Your thoughts settle like dust. In the center of the arena, you stand. Unarmored, unmasked, unhidden. And as you meet the silence, you feel something shift. You are not powerless here. You are not small. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to build the strength you've been searching for. That realization, that quiet ignition, is the first spark of Stoic resilience. Chapter 4, Forging your inner armor. Stoic training for everyday life. The Stoics give us tools, simple, profound tools that fit in a pocket, a palm, a breath. Journaling. A mirror for the soul. A place where fear becomes ink and ink becomes clarity. When you write, you turn storms into sentences. And sentences, they can be faced. Negative visualization. The art of rehearsing hardship so it loses its power to surprise you. Before the speech, before the risk, before the step into the unknown, you imagine what could go wrong, not to fear it, but to prepare for it. And suddenly, you walk in ready. Small victories. You want to master life? Master the moments that seem too small to matter. The slow driver, the rude comment, the temptation to doom scroll, the urge to compare. These are your practice swings, your warm-up battles, your invisible triumphs. Greatness is carved in moments nobody sees. Chapter 5. The Digital Arena. Modern Stoicism. Now let's step back into the world we actually live in, a world where the battleground fits in our pocket. Your phone is a tiny coliseum. Notifications leap at you like challengers. Opinions slice sharper than blades. The algorithm shifts like sand beneath your feet. But Stoicism lights the torches. The dichotomy of control teaches you what belongs to you and what never will. Your effort is yours. Your craft is yours. Your intention is yours. But virality, numbers, praise, they are guests, never residents. Premeditation of distraction means acknowledging the traps before they spring. The endless feed designed to swallow hours. The curated lives designed to distort your own. The pressure to be always visible, always performing, always on. And then, amor fati, the love of what is. Not blind acceptance, but fierce partnership with reality. Every outcome, good, bad, unexpected, becomes an ally in your growth. Even the algorithm becomes a teacher. Chapter 6. Triumph and Tribulation. Modern Stoic Stories. I've witnessed creators rise from digital collapse, not by shouting, but by grounding. I've seen professionals reclaim hours by silencing non-essential alerts, transforming their days from frantic to focused. I've met leaders who choose compassion over conflict, becoming calm anchors in a sea of chaos. These are the gladiators of now, and their strength is not myth, it's practice. Chapter 7. A Grander Reflection. The Fire Within. Let me paint one more image for you. You stand on a vast plain beneath a twilight sky. The world is rushing behind you, a river of noise, speed, expectation. But ahead of you, a single torch flickers in the growing dark. That torch is your intention, your reason, your why. You walk toward it. Each step slow, steady, deliberate. And with every step, the storm behind you fades. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. This is Stoicism. Not the absence of chaos, but the presence of clarity. Chapter 8. Forging Your Legacy. Your Stoic journey begins. So here is your humble challenge. Tomorrow, set one intention for how you will use your device. Just one act of discipline. Just one flicker of awareness. Just one quiet rebellion against the chaos. Maybe it's no scrolling before breakfast. Maybe it's slowing your breath before reacting. Maybe it's stepping outside for 5 minutes to reclaim your mind. Mastery begins small, always humble. But those small acts become your armor, your story, your legacy. You are not here to flee the arena. You are here to walk into it with calm that feels ancient, with strength that feels earned, with presence that feels powerful. Your feed may burn with noise, but you remain the quiet flame that refuses to be extinguished. And so, my friend, my fellow warrior, go forward. Walk into your life as if the gods themselves crafted your resilience. Until next time, stand tall, scroll wisely, and fight the only battles that truly matter, the ones within. Now, warriors, go face your arena and rise.